Hello again. This is the second part of the explanation of the kinetic coefficient of friction, the experimental measurement of it. Okay, I have explained in another video. You may watch the physics fundamentals, and now, okay, the mobile phone measure the phyphox. It is explained in another video too that is quite similar in both. So you are supposed to know how to use it. Otherwise, watch the video of the use of mobile phone and the phyphox application with the static coefficient. And then you are going to get an Excel document. And what I'm going to explain is how to deal with the Excel document that is the measurement of the experiment. So the first thing you have to do is with the table of five. Okay, you have the three different components. Sorry, the three components of G plus the G plus the time. You have to select all and insert a graph, a chart that has to be this type of chart. That is the scattered point or this or dispersión de puntos. Okay, once you insert this, you're going to get something like that. Okay, you have to reduce as much as possible, the table to enlarge later the chart to find the information there. This is how the chart is going to look after enlarging it. Let's study what we have here. Okay, we have here the acceleration in meters per square second in this direction and the time in this direction. You have four graphs because you have three that are the three components of the G and the yellow one that is the module that we are not going to use. What is important for us is the GY because GY is the component that measures the mobile phone in this direction. And we are going to use also the Z because it's the one that is measurement in this direction. We don't pay attention either to the X. Okay, the X that is this blue one, we are not going to use it. So we are going to pay attention to this. Okay, as you can see, there is a flat line here that breaks here. In this moment is when the mobile phone starts moving, when the object start moving. So this is the 5 or so seconds that the mobile that the object was on the inclined plane stopping, and then you relieve it, leave it move, and then it start moving, and this is the GY of moving, and this is the starting point. Okay. What are we going to measure? We need to measure the angle of the inclined plane. How to find the angle of the inclined plane? You know how to use it, how to do it. You need the value of gy and gz in the same period of time. So we can select, for example, the flat situation when it is all the time, the 5 previous seconds before the moving. To do this, we need to find this measurement, and you need to use the desktop version of Excel, not the 365 version, but the desktop. So you have to open and do this with the desktop version. I'm sorry, because otherwise you cannot find this value. When you get this value, you get the time. This is the time, and this is the value of G set. And for this is in the same, okay, in the same graph, we get the same time, 1.68, and the gy, which is the value we need. So you know that the tangent of the angle is the division between gy and gz. So you do the division between 3888 and 868. Okay? And then this is the way to get the tangent of the angle. This is one of the experimental measurements you need to do. The other one is the acceleration. The acceleration that is got here, okay? The acceleration is, you know that when the gy is broken here is because the object starts moving. So you need the acceleration here. But you measured here that the acceleration is 2.585, okay, in all this line. But this is not the real acceleration because the real acceleration is the difference between this and when the mobile is stopped. So to calculate the real acceleration of the movement, you have to do the difference between this gy and this another gy. That is one when the object was in the mobile phone in the inclined plane without moving, and this is when it starts moving, and then you get a. So you need to calculate a like this, and you need to calculate also the tangent of the angle like this. Once you have the tangent of the angle and the acceleration, that is this difference, okay, then you can complete this table, okay, this table, because you can calculate the tangent of the angle that is the division between gy and gz, then the angle in radians, you know how to do it, the angle in degrees, you need the sine of the angle, so the sine of this angle, then this is what you have measured here, the instant acceleration, but the acceleration that we are going to use is the subtraction between the gy instant and this gy. Then g, that you know that this is 9.81. The contant of the angle, that is the reciprocal fraction of the tangent. You have here the tangent. Then 1 divided by this is the cotangent of the angle. G times the cotangent. Okay, very easy. You multiply G times G, the cotangent. And A divided by the sine of the angle. That is, this is A, and divided by the sine of the angle. So this cell divided by that. And then you get, for each of the experimental values, you get this table complete.